Across Europe, something historic is happening. In just the last few weeks, countries like France, Portugal, Luxembourg, and Belgium have formally recognized the state of Palestine. Others, like Italy, are debating it with heavy conditions: release of hostages, exclusion of Hamas, political reforms. Today, we're diving into what these recognitions actually mean for Europe, for Israel and Palestine, and for the future of the two-state solution. First, let's explore the background of this significant shift. Recognition of Palestine is not new. Over 140 countries worldwide already recognize Palestine, mostly in the global South and Arab world. In Europe, recognition has historically been slow, with only Sweden doing so back in 2014. The EU has always said it supports a two-state solution, but most member states held back from unilateral recognition, hoping for a negotiated peace process. That peace process has collapsed repeatedly, especially after the recent Gaza war and ongoing settlement expansions. Now, let's talk about the new wave of European countries recognizing Palestine. On September 22, 2025, France officially recognized Palestine, calling it a necessary step to revive peace talks. One day earlier, September 21st, Portugal announced recognition, stating, "Palestine is a state and must be treated as such." Luxembourg, Malta, Belgium, Andorra, Monaco, all part of the September wave. Note that recognition doesn't immediately mean embassies, borders, or sovereignty are resolved. France said recognition is political first, diplomatic logistics later. Italy's stance: recognition only if Hamas is excluded and hostages are freed. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni stated, "Recognition cannot reward terror." The European Parliament passed a resolution earlier this month urging member states to act, framing recognition as essential to saving the two-state solution. These recognitions have, naturally, sparked varied reactions and tensions across the globe. Israel condemned recognitions as rewarding terror and undermining peace. Israeli officials warn it weakens deterrence and gives legitimacy to Palestinian factions they see as hostile. Palestinians, on the other hand, welcomed the recognitions, calling them overdue. For them, it strengthens claims to sovereignty and international legitimacy. EU High Representative Kaja Kallas said recognition helps keep alive the two-state solution, even if it doesn't end the war tomorrow. The United States remains firmly aligned with Israel, cautious about recognition, but facing pressure as more Western allies shift. So what does this recognition actually change on the ground? The symbolic weight is huge. It says Palestine is not just a disputed territory, but a recognized state. It opens pathways for stronger diplomatic missions, treaties, and aid. It may affect Palestine's ability to join international organizations, legal cases at the ICC, and bilateral trade. However, practical issues remain. Borders are not defined, the West Bank is fragmented by settlements, and Gaza is still devastated. Recognition doesn't magically resolve governance or security issues. Why is this happening now, and what's the bigger picture? Rising civilian deaths and destruction in Gaza pushed European governments to act. There is growing public pressure across Europe, with protests, NGOs, and civil society demanding recognition. There's a strong sense that the window for a two-state solution is closing. Recognition is seen as one of the few tools left to keep it alive. So what could happen next? Will more European states join? It's likely. Spain, Ireland, Slovenia, and others have already signaled interest. However, it could fracture EU unity, as some members like Germany, Hungary, and Czech Republic are more hesitant due to historic and security ties with Israel. Could recognition push the US closer to reconsidering its position? That's uncertain, but pressure grows as more allies shift. For Palestinians, recognition boosts morale but still leaves huge questions. Who governs? What's the roadmap for peace? European recognition of Palestine marks a dramatic shift in global diplomacy. For Palestinians, it's long-awaited validation. For Israel, it's a dangerous precedent. And for Europe, it's both a symbolic gesture and a gamble. A way to say the two-state solution is still alive, even as realities on the ground suggest otherwise. The question is, will recognition just be symbolic? Or could it become the spark that finally revives a path to peace? That's the debate Europe and the world faces now.